everybody, back to the kitchen table of SilverSurfwax. Pretty excited here. I've got a beefy unboxing for us today. So let's get started. All right, so as we got here, we got the blue tape hiding all the identifiable information. We're gonna get into this unboxing. As many of you may have known, I did a Mercury dime unboxing previously, 1,000 Mercury dimes. We're gonna see if we can top that today. We're gonna enjoy this unboxing because this has been a little bit of a long time coming. As if you may have noticed, I haven't had a video in a month. Well, we're saving up for this. So let's dive into it and check it out. As of this writing or videoing, it's pretty close to Christmas. So I got the delivery message that this sucker was ready to pick up. And let me tell you, it's busy at the post office. It's busy down there. So they were not exactly happy to have to go digging for this thing. All right, I'm going to see if there's anything in here that is the paper that I don't want to disclose. Oh, I think we've got the famous box in a box situation. All right, and yes, we do. All right, look at this. Now, there's a pretty large box if you can't tell already. And let's dig in again. Try not to cut anything up. And guys, I have been really enjoying playing with a lot of this good old-fashioned junk silver. And so, really looking forward to what we've got here. Oh yeah, look at that. That is wonderful. That just looks like the kind of treasure you want to see. So I got this from bgasc.com. They're actually in California up by Calabasas, which is pretty close to where I grew up. So didn't take too long for this to get here. And I kind of got to admit, I love the little bag of treasure that we got here. And we got one bag, two bags, three bags. Let's see if we can get that in frame for you. And four, you guessed it, 4 bags of Mercury dimes. All $100 face value bags. So we're talking 4,000 Mercury dimes for your viewing pleasure. And I am going to really enjoy counting and going through all of this stuff. I probably should have made a video, and I definitely will follow up with a video after this unboxing where I had gone even further and sorted my Mercury dimes even further down by year and mint mark. And so this is going to give me, and that was a lot of work. That was a lot of effort to count through all the Mercury dimes, find the rare ones, but I did have some rare ones. I did find some 1921 Ds and regular 1921 Philadelphia, with no mint mark. And so, theoretically, these are $30 dimes, as opposed to, what I paid for these, which was, I think it was $1.25. I'll flash that up on the screen, what I ended up paying for these guys. Can't remember. I know my previous order was like $1.33 per Merc, and which wasn't that great of a deal in today's prices. But now I definitely did better this time. I think it was, 1,250 per bag of here. So you're looking at $5,000 worth of Mercury dimes. So let's go ahead, and I want to just check this out. I'm gonna figure out. I didn't expect these sweet tags here. So let's see if we can cut one open. And I probably won't cut them all open for this video because I do want to count them bag by bag. I want to do like I did last time, where I got a good count of all of the dimes and make sure that everything's in here. You know, these look pretty good. These bags look pretty clean, but since my last order from Provident and I didn't get everything, I got some different dimes in there. I would definitely want to, here, let's put this down a little bit for you. I definitely want to count through them all and see what we got there. So look at that. There is 1,000 dimes just in this one bag. What a blast, right? Okay, oh, yeah, we got one more. Let's make sure we got it all. So now, just for this one bag, I'm gonna go ahead and try to count through all of these, probably sort them by decade, just to make sure that I've got everything in there. And as it stands right now, I don't see anything obvious, right? I don't see any Franklins, but you know, this takes a while to go through. And so, oh my gosh, so I'm gonna go bag by bag and count this through. And I'll probably do a little cut shot back to show my totals here and what I come up with. But super excited to kind of rifle through and coin hunt through these dimes, see if I got any interesting pieces. And you know, supposedly on the website this said they were unsearched, so who knows if that's true and if I'll find any valuable dimes from this bag. There is the one rare Mercury dime that everybody wants, the 1916D, I think it is. Yeah, the 1916D is, you know, a $500 dime. So in the, you know, apparently I've got a, you know, maybe a 1 in 4,000th chance of picking that up, but it's a very rare dime, so it's very unlikely that I'll get it. But that would fill out a book, and that would be certainly a good return on the investment if I ended up finding some dimes here that were a little more rare and that I was actually able to sell for more, or if I was able to get a book mostly completed. And I'll show you some of the books. I went and bought 3 of them, and I've populated most of one of them with some exceptions. So this is kind of fun for me. I've been just on this kick where, you know what, I'm going to finish this Mercury dime project. As you know, I got 5,000 dimes that I've purchased recently. I had another 250. I'm going to get up to 7,000, which is 500 ounces of Mercury dimes, and 501/2 ounce of Mercury dimes would be 700 dimes, or 7,000 dimes. Gosh, I'll say this again. So 7,000 dimes, or 7 bags of these, make 500 ounces. So that'll finish out a project, and I'll have a whole ammo can complete if I go ahead and get to that point. So at some point here, 7,000 dimes is a goal. We'll finish out that project. But if I start to sort these and tube these and get a little more complicated with them, I may need to take up some more space, and so it may take multiple ammo cans. But if I just leave them in these bags, as you can see, you can fit 7 of these bags in an ammo can, no sweat. So they would fit loose or fit in bags in the ammo can, but we'll see what it actually turns out to be. So pretty excited, guys. This is a big effort to me, and I'll get back later with the count of this particular bag. All right, until then, SilverSurfwax out. All right, welcome back to the kitchen table of SilverSurfwax here. We finished the count of 1,000 dimes, and here's the distribution. We ended up with 48 of the dimes in the teens, and ended up with 3 Roosevelts. So non-Mercury dimes, 3 of them, and then ended up with 115 in the 20s and 199 in the 30s. And you guessed it, we got 64%, 63% of of the dimes ended up in the 40s. So 634. So calculating that together, the 3 plus 48 plus 115 plus 199 plus 634, that equals 999. So I did not get 1,000 mercury dimes in this first bag. So, and I got, you know, 4 Roosevelts. So in this particular case, I think we got shorted one. We were very careful to count everything up and organize them right. And so that's the status of the first bag. And we'll have to organize these guys into their years and their mint marks a little later on. But I'll come on back when I've counted the next 1,000 dimes. So this is quite a little bit of an effort here, but you can see all of them are face up, so I can perform the tally on the mint marks, or perform the tally on the year, and then separate them by mint marks. So a little bit of an effort, but we're doing this. Why we're doing this, not exactly sure. Is it that valuable? But I didn't find any 1921s in the 20s. I found a bunch of 1916s, but those were just the straight Philadelphia and one S. So, but no D's in this round. I think we'll be pretty lucky if that ever occurred. All right, so there's a status update for you guys. Catch you on the next one. All right, counted up bag number 2, and lo and behold, we have all 1,000 dimes in this bag, which is good. And we had no errors, no Roosevelts or Barbers or any other problems. 5 of them were slicks, where I can't see the date, and 45 are in the teens. We have 121 in the 20s, 227 in the 30s, and 602 in the 40s. So looking pretty good here. Bag number 2. Seems like we got a good count. Alrighty, we got the counting of bag number 3 done. And what we have right here is 1 Barber dime, and we have 31 in the teens, and we have 98 dimes in the 20s. We have 207 dimes, mercury dimes, in the 30s, and in the 40s we have 662. So adding all that together, we're again at a count of 999, so 1 dime off, which again is a little bit surprising because BGACSC has these little tags on these bags where they had counted via 2 different counting machines, and they are showing the count camera code. So, you know, I'm likely to believe that 2 machine counts and this bag that's tagged with that is going to be pretty accurate. But that's the second bag now that's been off by 1. Not a huge amount off, but still off by 1 on 2 out of 3 bags. And, you know, we've had not all mercury dimes in these bags, but that's not a problem. The Barber doesn't bother me. But that's kind of interesting, guys. So we'll go ahead and we'll count the 4th bag, and we'll see what we got. All right. Okay, and we have bag number 4 completed. Counted everything out and separated them by decade. This bag was the perfect bag. It had all 1,000 dimes, 46 in the teens, 95 in the 20s, 218 in the 30s, and 641 in the 40s. I had no Barber dimes or Roosevelt dimes. I actually found a Roosevelt in the teens of my 3rd bag that I didn't separate out. I just had put it in there and must have just read the date and not even looked at the face of it. So Actually, on the third bag had a Barber and a Roosevelt, but not in this bag. This bag was 100% perfect and clean. So all in all, pretty good. I'll do a total afterwards, but I think I'm missing all of a couple of dimes out of 4,000. So not bad at all. Okay, welcome to the office of SilverSurfwax. Here we are. I've gone ahead and totaled up everything for you. I originally said I was happy and excited to sort through 4,000 dimes, and well, I'll tell you, that was a ton of work. Hours and hours of doing that, and obviously you can tell from the cut shots that I came back at it days and days later after counting and coming up with the totals for each individual bag of 1,000 dimes. And what I got right here is, for those of you who are counting at home and interested, I thought it was pretty interesting to try to detail exactly how 4,000 dimes was distributed amongst the various decades. So as we can kind of see here, I've got this blown up. The teens for all of the bags totaled 169, only 4.2% of the total. And when you get the 20s there, that was 429 dimes, so almost 11% of the total. So kind of surprising. The teens and the 20s represent only, 15% of the total of the dimes. The remaining 85% for the 30s and 40s. So you see 851 dimes for the 30s and 2,559 dimes, or 39 dimes. 63% of all the dimes were in the 40s. I did also have some missing dimes, which was just 2 of them. I ended up with 4 Roosevelts. I'm in red there. You can see I've got where I originally in this video had announced. Well, I found a Rosie in the regular 30s, so somehow I screwed that up. And so I do have some missing dimes. I had 4 Rosies, I had 1 Barber, and I had 5 Slicks that I couldn't tell what the date were. So those kind of miscellaneous things I don't really think too much of. But I did have go ahead and count them up. I had 8 non-Mercs. So while I really only had 2 missing, and the Barbers and the Rosies are pure silvers, I don't really have much to complain about. I did have 8 non-Merc dimes there. So kind of interested to point that out. I'm sorry, 7 non-Merc dimes. Since I ordered all Mercury dimes, I think I may let the company know that I didn't get exactly what I ordered. But anyway, I think that was kind of an interesting exercise, sorting through 4,000 dimes, finding out what the distributions are, finding just how few there are in the teens. And the next effort that I'm going to video, and I've already done quite a bit of the effort there, is separating them now, not just by decade, but separating them by year and by mint mark. And there's 77 different combinations or different mint mark and year classifications of dimes. So doing that for 4,000 dimes is going to be quite an intense effort. I'm already well into it, and I will give you guys a updated video just to kind of see how things are sorting through. And I can't say that this is super valuable information, but I find it interesting nonetheless. Just interesting to go through this many dimes. And then I think what I'd like to do is compare my results with the distribution of the actual minted coins. That way you can kind of see, okay, well, was this right on? Is there more that are even more rare that I'm finding in the wild? Because I'm assuming other people are picking out the rare coins. So there's going to be probably rarer in the wild some of the smaller mintage coins. So kind of gonna play that game, and then as I purchase more mercs to get to my 7,000 goal, I'll be adding to this spreadsheet and adding to the stack here. So I'll be sure to share that with you guys. I'm not sure if you're all interested in this level of detail, but I'm doing it, and I might as well share it with you all if you're finding that interesting. All right, guys, thanks for coming along and witnessing this with me, and I'll have more to share with you soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.